The Celebrity Series of Boston is well known for world-class performers at world-class venues. For the past 7 years, the series has been extending its reach to serve a broader community through its neighborhood arts program. To tell us what's planned for the year ahead are the Associate Director of Community Engagement for the series, Robin Baker, and one of the collaborating artists, Veronica Robles. Thank you both for being with us.
Thank you.
I'll start with Robin. What got this started back 7 years ago?
Celebrity Series wanted to broaden their community outreach to live performances in the neighborhoods, so they started out with two neighborhoods and some quartets in schools, and that started in 2012. And we've now expanded to 130 plus events, 30 concerts with over 60 musicians in 6 neighborhoods. So we feel like we're reaching the neighborhoods around our office in Greater Boston to offer live performances of wonderful local artists like Veronica Robles. So.
Veronica, you're identified as a mariachi singer. Your tradition is from Mexico, and your event is based on the Day of the Dead. Explain why this is so important to people.
I think now that it's so popular, it is important that people understand the concept. The tradition is that you celebrate the life of the people, the loved ones that passed away, but you don't want them to die forever. Like if you keep them alive through your thoughts and these kind of traditions, it is very important nowadays to keep that in mind. So my opportunity as an artist is to explain that in that concert, not only with songs, but also with the words, trying to explain people directly what it is all about.
Well, you're going through the formula of tradition, but there's something personal here for you too, isn't there?
Yes, I was raised with the tradition of the Day of the Dead. And that's the way I got to know my grandfather, who passed away when my mother was 8 years old. So I met him through this tradition. And then a few years back, my daughter passed away when she was a teenager. And I was always promoting this tradition, but it never really affected me directly. And so that was like a really hard for me to understand and try to embrace my tradition, but it helped me a lot. And it took like 3 or 4 years of me by myself just raising the altar in my home and then bring it out to the community, be able to talk about it. And so during the concert, I sing festive songs. I also sing songs that talk about death, but I also talk about my daughter. It's like an introduction to the community of my daughter because I want to keep her alive.
Robin, somewhat related in a way is another event about survivors of homicide, and you got partnering with a Far Cry, which I think of as classical musicians, and the Boston Police.
That's the Code Listen 3.0, music for healing and survivors of homicide, with Shapong Liu, who is the composer, and she brought in Jason Palmer, jazz trumpeter, Ash Gordon from Castle of Our Skins, the musicians from the Far Cry, teens and artists from the Mattapan and Dorchester communities, a band, I believe, from the Boston Police Department, and families of homicide victims.
Veronica, you did this Day of the Dead performance with the Celebrity Series before. What was it like when you were performing?
Fun.
It was standing room only.
Yeah.
It was really fun. It was with Solicanto.
Solicanto,
who were friends.
Yeah, I think we had fun. People enjoy because my music it's rich and diverse, and it has different rhythms. Some of them are very slow. Some of them are up, tempo. You can dance to it. Although sometimes the music is festive, the song is sad. And I have that opportunity to explain to people what is the song about. And I think this year is going to be really nice too. A lot of people is looking forward to it.
This is BNN News, and we're talking about the Celebrity Series of Boston Neighborhood Art Series with Robin Baker and Veronica Robles. Robin, I think what also is going on in some of these events is you get different people crossing paths who don't normally do that. Is that one of the goals of this too?
Well, for the public performance projects, we've done street pianos where people of all neighborhoods and ilks get together and play piano for each other and watch out for each other. In fact, when we did Jazz Along the Charles recently, it was wonderful to see 25 bands of all diverse styles interpret the same 15 songs for the set list. And it was just wonderful to see people of all generations, babies, walkers, runners, elderly, people who love jazz to people who didn't know anything about it. So it was a great way to bring people together.
Veronica, you're also getting a new audience for the musical traditions from Mexico. How do you feel when you see other people just show they're really enjoying what they're hearing?
Proud. Proud and happy. I've been a big promoter of my Mexican music traditions here actually in the area. I think I take credit for promoting it, and now more and more people ask for a mariachi and they wanted to listen to it, because I've been for the last almost 20 years here in Boston, in the region, making sure that people know and understand my music. And this year is especially, it's special because I launched my project of the first ever all-women mariachi band in not only in Boston but in the whole region, the Northeast region, and so I'm gonna be performing with them in this concert. So I invite everybody to come and see these wonderful musicians embracing my culture and playing my music. All of them are local musicians from Boston and from different backgrounds.
And Robin, speaking of new talent, you've got Stringfest coming up, and these are young people from Boston. What are they going to be doing this year?
We have 3 string fests in Roxbury, Dorchester, and the South End, and they're working with different artists. Castle of Our Skins is working with Black artistry through music for Roxbury. Dorchester is working with Voci Angelica, which is world folk music. And the South End String Fest is with Soul Yatra. They're doing bluegrass and classical.
So you mentioned there are many more details to find out. So you've got a website where they can get that?
Yes. You could go to celebrityseries.org/community.
And Veronica, you have a website for your art center too, right?
Of course, I have my website, veronicarobles.com, is easier, and the cultural center is vrocc.org.
Thank you both very much, Veronica Robles and Robin Baker.